Get your muffin tins out because it's time for beef muffins, or beefins for short. Start by seasoning the bottom of a couple of your muffin holes. I'm using steak dust from my company, Carnivore Companion. Link below. Feel free to season all of your holes if you're making enough beefins for the family. This recipe makes 2 muffins for that single, still-looking type who is tired of looking at your cat posters hanging above your TV while watching ER until you pass out. That's not me, I'm just a hungry little boy. Fill your muffin holes with about 3 ounces of ground beef and begin to spread it out. If you think this is look grotesque, grow up. The goal for these is to make a beefy receptacle for other ingredients, but like handheld. Now that these have been formed, season them as you would any other hamburger patty. Put the muffin tin onto a sheet tray and then place it into an oven that's been preheated to 300 degrees Fahrenheit and allow it to cook for about 20 minutes. While that's cooking, let's make a couple different fillings. I wanted some jalapeno popper vibes in one of them, so I rough chop about a quarter cup of sliced jalapenos. This is obviously an optional ingredient, but you can comment about your distaste for them below if you feel compelled to do so. Get these into a bowl and let's figure out this cream cheese situation. If you get cream cheese that's packaged like this, you'll see that there are guidelines telling you how much cream cheese is in each block. For this recipe, I'll be using the 2-ounce mark. This works better with room temp cream cheese, but don't be scared to put some elbow grease to get this combined. Set that aside and let's make another potential filling. Again, if you're offended by any of these ingredients, just remember that they are optional. Here I have a few white mushrooms I'm going to simply slice, and then dice. Beautiful. Now let's grab a little bacon and give that a dice as well. Feel free to use pre-cooked bacon if you want. I just enjoy cooking mushrooms in the bacon fat. Add the bacon to a cold pan and then set the temperature to medium-high. Add in the mushrooms as well with a pinch of salt so that we can start to draw out their moisture. Mushrooms are quite moist and we don't want a sopping wet filling, so please don't skip this step. Cook this stirring occasionally until your bacon is at your desired doneness. If you desire raw bacon, please turn off this video and get some psychiatric help. Once the bacon and mushroom mixture is cooked, set it aside because I hear my beefins screaming from the oven. Speaking of sopping wet, let's drain some of this grease and beef water from this pan. And I don't know why, but I was just surprised at how well they formed. I could have guessed that they would turn out nicely based on the pan I was using, but it was still surprising. Okay, bro. Now that we're done here, let's start filling those beefin holes with our fillings. There should be about enough of these 2 fillings to make 2 beefins each. So, the fillings can make 4, 2 plus 2, yeah. And tasting these is quite nice. I've done plenty of stuffed meatballs and burgers in my life at this point, but having beefins is the experience I desire. It's almost like biting into a cupcake and getting the perfect amount of frosting in the bite. But in this case, it's more akin to a cheeseburger, because that's essentially what these are.